All right, so so before we get into this Fable Legends thing, tell me about the DirectX 12. Explain to people about the DirectX 12 thing going on. The isn't that the Windows 10? Uh,
It is.
God.
Yes, it is. It is the Windows 10. Basically, it's going to allow older hardware to be more powerful. The theory is that the DirectX 12 is going to get rid of the resolution gate. You know how like right now Xbox One's like, oh, 900p, while native PlayStation 4 is 1080p.
Right.
Well, Xbox One was built for DirectX 12. So when this thing launches, that's going to be over. Like, Xbox One, all their games are going to have 1080p. Uh, I don't know about multi. Why do I echo?
Hold on a
It's a
second.
slight echo. I don't know. It's just you.
Is it just me?
Yeah, keep going. You're fine.
I probably had my shit turned up too loud.
Well, anyways, they the multi-platform games are what's going to be the problem because a lot of them aren't going to just build the DirectX 12 build for Xbox One and then do the OpenGL for PlayStation 4.
Right. The two completely different systems. I don't mean the
Yeah.
systems themselves. I mean the operating systems.
So, like in the multi-platform section, we might have issues,
Yeah.
but everything first-party wise, we're going to get DirectX 12, and especially with Fable Legends, it's the first game to have DirectX 12 and the first game to have cross-platform play between PC users and Xbox One users.
What's the release date for that? Is it coming out immediately with Fable Legends? Do we know that?
Um, it comes out with the launch of Windows 10. Windows 10 is launched in this summer.
Oh, okay.
That was confirmed as this summer.
So hopefully in the summer we'll see whether or not this works out for the best interest of Xbox.
I hope it does. I mean, like,
Being
I
a
love my Xbox One.
Yeah,
I
the
love it.
the cross-platforming between your Xbox and your PC is going to be nice. And there's a lot of talk about how these are the last of the next gen consoles. They say that everything's going to be PC after this. Pretty much, there's not going to be any more next gen consoles, because I mean the PCs are always way ahead, and to make a console after this that's going to be more expensive than this console. I mean, you have to think of it. If they can't sell that, there's nothing they can really do to make another console after these ones. People will still make consoles, but I don't know if PlayStation and Xbox will continue to.
It's going to
It had to
be
be really far into the future too, right?
it's going to be if it's a console, it's going to be pretty much an all digital thing. The next one's going to be all digital.
Yeah, hopefully PC gaming will be more, console-like, where PC gaming actually goes more console-like. So you're looking at turning on your PC and having an app that everyone shares. It's probably an Xbox Media type app. I mean, I know a lot of people use Xbox Media to watch their movies and whatnot. You can download and use it. It's a very popular, movie player and whatnot. But
What I see, I don't have a capture card to record Xbox gameplay, and I'm pretty sure you guys are in the same boat I am.
right,
I don't even have a computer.
Yeah, you don't even
dude.
have a computer. But the Windows 10 allowing the streaming of Xbox One games to your PC, for me, that should be making
Hold on,
should be
Deadman.
easier.
I hate to stop you.
Okay, that's fine. Be a drinky.
They say that they can't hear you. Somebody says they can't hear you.
They can't hear me.
Yeah, you're very, very, very quiet. I'm the only one they can hear.
Really?
Yep. You can hear Tim. I can hear Tim. I can't hear you. Ooh.
All right, let me just see. Uh-oh. That would explain it. Can they hear me now?
I don't know. I won't be able to hear you for a little bit. So, what'd you do?
It was mute.
Mute. Ah, dead man. You're killing me here, small.
Hey, it wasn't my fault. All right.
You want to go back to the beginning? I don't mind talking about this stuff again.
Well, we were just talking about they heard you though. They just didn't hear my conversation of it.
Sure. Okay. So, um, are there any other Direct 12 games that DirectX 12 games that we know about coming out?
I guarantee Halo 5 is going to be DirectX 12.
You guarantee that?
I don't. Why wouldn't it be?
Why
Not.
wouldn't they? I know you
Yeah.
mean Microsoft. The rights are really in their hands right now, but I mean, it's a lot to say that DirectX is they're gonna make that game a PC. I mean, Halo One was a PC game as well. I mean, you got to look at that too. I mean, they did have their history with it. I assume that they've always wanted that to be that way.
I know why I'm echoing.
No, I have my computer volume up, so it might be coming over my.
Oh, I thought it was
Well,
mine. All
nah, you're okay.
right, I'm going back to it. But yeah, I think that the Halo 5 is definitely going to be it. Maybe Gears of War 4 if that's announced at E3.
Um, all right, so Tim, how do you feel about or Hawk? How do you feel about the Forza Horizon 2 game so far? You played a lot of it. What's your opinion on it?
So far, it is
I've
a pretty solid game. I mean, I'm not really a big like racer gamer. I'm more of a shooter or RPG player. I mean, it's pretty good so far.
you played a Deadman?
Played a little bit of
I've
it.
already.
I
Yeah,
played a
go ahead.
little bit last night. I got to, like I said, I did the Jeep Wrangler.
Oh yeah, you got stuck on that part.
Well, I didn't get stuck on a part, but the turning on it
It's a pain.
sucks.
I liked it. I didn't mind it. I mean, so the game, so for a standalone expansion game to be free on the Xbox right now that you can play, you don't even need Forza 2 Horizon to play it. People are downloading it all over and playing it. I mean, it only has 10 cars, but it makes for a hell of a fun game. It gives you all the experience of being able to drive around like that free roaming Forza Horizon style driving. It makes for a lot of fun. People that haven't played it should really think about picking that up because it's a great game.
Well, it's free.
Yeah, yeah.
While
While
it's
it's free,
free.
that ends on the 10th of next month. So get it. Uh, they're starting to come out with a lot of free games now. I mean, we got Smite, which is in alpha still. Should be going into beta sometime next month, which I absolutely love. You know me and Choco, we played like nothing but Smite at this point. Um, there's a on the 31st. There's a Neverwinter. So if you're Tim, you like RPGs and MMOs, so you definitely might like that Dungeon and Dragons MMO.
I pre-downloaded that thing as soon as I heard I could pre-download it.
Yeah, I was in the beta for it. It was fun. It was definitely interesting. And the thing, and also with Smite though, going back to Smite, is on PC version. Like, okay, I played like the only game I ever played on PC were MMOs. So from World of Warcraft to Fantasy Star, or not Fantasy Star, Wild Star. I'm sorry. And I tried like League of Legends and all that, and I just didn't like it. I'm more of a controller person. So Smite being on the Xbox One and the controller of it, very fluid controls, it very plays very well. So if anybody's like looking into trying to get into that, I would definitely download it, especially when it goes in. Hopefully, when it goes in open beta, we'll get more people into it.
Yeah, because you were playing on the alpha. I forgot about that. I thought
Yeah,
the beta was already out.
no, not yet.
Um, I mean, I think there's a lot of people out there that disagree with you on the League of Legends thing. It's like it's obviously the most popular competitive game online to
It
date.
it is, and
Well, that's not true. I think Dota has that beat too. But I
well,
mean, but you're
everybody's
looking
in the
at
Dota 2 side now. So it's
right,
League of Legends and Dota 2, and then you got Smite off to the
right.
side. You got Blizzard's MMO or Blizzard's MOBA.
And, and again, hopefully that'll be a DirectX game. Hopefully Smite will be a game they implement into that as well, so that can PC the cross-platforming between PC and Xbox is a big thing.
Hmm.
I mean, Microsoft hopefully is looks like they're going to be blowing out a lot of people with these games they're coming out with.
I really like the idea of the cross buy. You
The
know,
what? I'm sorry.
cross buying. You buy a
Oh,
game,
yep. You
yeah.
buy a game on the PC, you can buy it
You
on
can play
right.
it on the Xbox. You buy it on the
Sure.
Xbox. You can play it on the PC. I really like that concept. But it's up to the developers if they want to do that or not. You already know Microsoft is going to do it, no matter what. But for everybody else, it's that oh, it's just like, hey, you know what? If you really want people to utilize this, go ahead and do it. And you got to think how many they're giving away Windows 10 for free. So how many Windows 10 users are there going to be?
All right. So on the Halo 5 Guardians release date, there was a leak. Was it a leak? What was that all about? I thought that was already talked about or whatnot.
No, 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 no. That one wasn't talked about. Recently, during this week, a Spanish. I think it was. See, I can't. I'm on full screen, so I don't have my notes.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay, this is Spanish. It was on Amazon website. So it says September 10th, 2015.
Exactly.
Somebody
So
released the release date on that.
yeah. So apparently, the Spanish
Leaked.
version of Amazon put the release date at.
Amazon.fa for all of you that are curious.
I don't want to know why you know that.
It's Amazon. He's always on Amazon.
So, anyways, like they leaked it as September 10th, and I just thought it was a little interesting because usually a Halo comes out November. Most likely, it's like usually a November launch date for any Halo that I remember of.
Right.
And it's odd that they're going to compete though, because a week prior to that, September 1st, is Metal Gear Solid 5.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah,
don't.
that's right. That's a huge lineup of games. Those two games are really, yeah, that's a really good point. I didn't even notice that. I mean, Metal Gear Solid is a huge franchise, huge. So is Halo,
I
but
thought they already did a Metal Gear Solid 5 or whatever the hell it was.
No, they did Metal Gear
no,
Solid
they did the yeah.
uh, Ground Ground Zero, which is
And then like
actually
Phantoms.
No, it's like it's just a Phantoms is the game itself is not out. They just did Ground
yeah
Zero, like you were saying. Ground Zero is just the
a
it's
5 hour
it's
campaign or
just a demo. It's literally just a demo.
it's actually the
People were
first.
paying money
Yeah,
for it,
it's
but
actually like the
it was
first part of
good.
the game. That
Right.
like your save progress from everything you did in that game will carry over in what's going to happen in 5 to
Yeah, so
start
you
Oh,
Five
good
Guys
like a
again.
little
though.
new start.
I'm already halfway done beating a game that hasn't come out yet.
Probably like 10% of the way.
Not even that. Have you played Metal Gear Solid 4, Tim?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
Which one was four?
on
I
PlayStation
forget.
3, Guns of the
Yeah, but
Patriots.
was that? Oh yeah, that was a good one.
How'd you like those, hour and a half cutscenes?
They weren't bad. They were entertaining. Well done for the time period.
Very well done. One of my favorite games is that I bought a PlayStation 3 especially for that, just for that series alone. And that's the only time I've ever done something like that. Now, like with Uncharted 4, though, it's like, oh, I want a PlayStation 4 just to play Uncharted 4. But at this point in time, it's like, I'm just going to stick with Xbox and just do what I have to do with them.
That's really funny you should say that. I know a lot of people that say the same thing. They're like, "Oh, I just want to get a PlayStation 4 so I can play Uncharted 4." Was one of them. But somebody else said The Last of Us and the HD remake. Like, oh, I would just get the system just to play that game. And I'm like, I would not spend that much money just to get moved from one console to the next. It's a lot of money. A lot of money to be throwing into just playing a game that you already played, or a game with only a campaign and a little less lasting appeal than something like obviously like Halo or Smite, where you can play competitively, which allows you to play for a long time. A lot of people like competitive for those reasons.
I feel like I'm going to get crucified when I say this.
So I don't care.
It is going to happen.
No,
I
it's just
always
fine.
saw Sony and the Sony PlayStation as more as a single player console.
No, you're not wrong about that. It's very well known that that the PlayStation games have all been single player games right now. The exclusives, all the exclusives that came out for PlayStation 4. I mean, you're looking at what's the game that just came out? That it's the
Bloodborne.
newest Dark Souls, Bloodborne, right? Newest Dark Souls type game. It's a single player game. I mean, it's got some cooperative aspects. Well, the Dark Souls games do anyway. They have some cooperative aspects. I mean, Uncharted. You were just saying Uncharted. I was just saying The Last of Us. They had that game come out. It got like a 7.5 on IGN. It was a big hype game. It was
The Order
something
of
nine. The
1886.
Order. The Order. Yes. Those are all. I mean, just more and more. They just keep throwing all these campaign games you buy quick and move on to the next one. You know. And that's my only issue with the system is it's too serious in that aspect. I love PlayStation. I love PlayStation games. I've always loved their RPGs of past. Their games, PlayStation 2 obviously killed it. But the games they come out with on PlayStation 4, there are a lot of exclusives, but they're always going to be, there's always a lot of adventure games. That's what makes me not sold on the console itself.
And like I said, that's and then the way I view Xbox is that's where the multiplayer aspect is. I mean, like every single game I play on Xbox, it's multiplayer.
Right.
So that was always my take on it. If you want to have good single player, PlayStation. If you want to do multiplayer, Xbox. If you want casual, Nintendo.
Yeah, okay, that's the perfect example of it. I mean, you're looking at if there was, there's just a line of that. It's just Nintendo's fun, like serious games, PlayStation, Xbox is in the middle. It has everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, all the systems have all of those things. Like obviously, Nintendo has its competitive games too. I mean, Smash Brothers is one of the biggest competitive games as well. But
Dude, you want to talk competitive games for the Nintendo? Get at me on some Pokemon, dude. Duke it out.
yeah, honestly, Pokemon was considered one of the most competitive games of all time too. Red and Blue. Excuse me, I almost said Red versus Blue. Red and Blue was considered one of the greatest competitive video games of all time. And people would, you as a kid, what were we doing? We were in the playground talking about which Pokemon we had, trading cards with our friends, and getting all serious about it, and linking our old school,
Game Boy Colors
Game
up.
Boy.
yeah,
Game Boy
Colors.
Color.
I still got my Game Boy Color. It's in this room somewhere.
Dude, I had the
Every once in a while, I still turn that on too, just to play for fun.
dude, I still got my what was it, the yellow Game Boy that came with Pokemon Yellow. That
Right.
thing was like my prized possession.
Yeah, definitely. I forgot when I dropped off on that. I guess when I got to high school, it was like, okay, I'm in high school now, no more Pokemon, and I quit.
That's funny. That's probably the same
Dude,
for
shit,
me.
I remember being in high school back when Yu-Gi-Oh was the craze and like dueling people in fucking high school at lunch because it was a way to kill like, I don't know, the 45 minutes that you got. Of course, they blocked all the game sites on the school computers, so that was kind of lame to us.
I miss I miss like growing up back then because like the computer labs when I was in school, like I feel old this because like to get to your Windows screen, you had to go through command line. Like your Windows didn't boot automatically. You had to go into the C command line, put in a command to launch Windows. But
I wasn't as good with computers as you are, but I know exactly what you're talking about. As a kid, I wasn't that good.
that's how you would run your games too. In a command
Right.
line, you'd have to put in the game name and run it that
Mech
way.
Assault. Mech Assault. I had Mech Assault. That was my game back then.
But in our computer club, there was a computer club at the after school was over on like Tuesdays and Fridays, and this is middle school by the way.
Right.
And they had all the computers linked up in the middle of the room, and everybody played Quake or Quake 2.
Another competitive shooter. Another great game.
This is before all the parents going, "Oh my god, uh, video games are making my kids kill people."
That phase didn't come till much later, actually.
It didn't come much later, but it's like every time I read an article about it, dude, I'm just dumbfounded.
I know. Don't even get me started. We shouldn't even be talking about that. I'll go crazy on that
Yeah,
subject.
yeah. Go to the next topic that we got on here.
All right, I'm gonna
I
skip one of them. I'm
mean,
gonna get. Oh, go ahead, Tim. Go ahead.
Like, really, we all know that video games don't make kids violent. It's the lag that makes us violent. I mean, come on.
In the moment,
Yeah,
hysterical,
especially the
momentary hysterical
especially the
hysteria.
Hysteria, yeah, not hysterical. I'm not gonna
espe-
laugh about getting wrecked on bullshit.
especially the
Teabagging.
Halo Master Chief Collection lag on dedicated servers.
Oh, I don't get. Don't talk about it. All right, so
Dedicated servers, more like dedicated laggers. Yeah, think about that.
all right, so the Xbox One. Oh, so the whole the voice messaging seems like a huge update coming to the Xbox. Being able to use voice messages to be able to send to your friends from the Xbox 360 to Xbox One. That's what coming. It's coming in April, right?
Yeah, right now
System
those of
update
us,
with in April.
yeah, those of us that are in the preview program right now just got the update last week on Friday. The
Okay.
first, it was part one of two updates.
I actually got that
And
message to update that shit yesterday.
oh, sweet. I think I sent one to you too, Nezzy. I don't know. I didn't know
I
how it
think I
got
might have
into
got
it.
it too. I haven't checked my messages on that.
Yeah, check your messages. But the second part of it, the first part was nothing.
The
It was like party chat stability and stuff like that.
Right, well, because they're doing the dedicated servers for party chat, which is actually pretty big too. Because we were just in a party chat and we had somebody join and we all get booted out. It's like, okay,
Well, actually, read
thank
that.
you.
Like, yeah, you have to read into that a little bit more. Uh,
Yeah.
what I got out of it was it's still going to be a normal party chat, but say anybody who joins it has a strict net, like Tim.
Hey, my
Well,
shit's open.
this is actually open. It's just
I'm just making an
little.
example. But anybody who,
My shit's open. I'm just jacking my neighbor's internet.
because
Yeah.
you can't connect to other people with a strict net. What it's going to do is if somebody tries to join that party and they have a strict net, the party reroutes to a dedicated server that allows them to join and talk to you guys.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see. So it's like a backup server
Yeah, they're still
for
going to
your
keep it.
chats.
Yeah, they're going to
It's
still keep it.
crazy what they can do with dedicated servers too. It's so much interest for a lot of people
They're
since the new consoles come out.
they're going to keep it normal, but it's just for people who got who can't get their NAT open, and it's still to this point, like Xbox One is not friendly with the routers. Like you have to
Right.
have it is a complicated process to even get your NAT open to begin with. Uh,
So yeah, being able
but
to get my Xbox messages from my friends on Xbox 360 is going to be awesome. Because I go back on my 360 like every other 2 weeks.
mhm.
I'd say and somebody's like I have like a list of messages from old clans and things of that nature. It's just like people messaging you, and it's like okay, I didn't even know these all were here, and it's like you get all these
Oh yeah,
friends message. It's like that's going to be awesome.
I don't.
Back in your KSI days there.
Back in the key, yeah, right. I hate KSI. Don't let just
I
don't want to get into it.
I don't have
The
anybody like
Grinch.
left on the 360, but I still know a lot of people who play. But
Play right.
but having that ability where I can send a voice message from my Xbox One to you on the 360 and you can listen to it, and likewise on us, is awesome. There's a problem with this voice chat feature though that I personally hate is if you're in a party and you go to send a voice message, guess what? Takes you out of party.
Oh, what the hell is that?
That's what the whole point of the thing is. Like that was my feedback.
It's crazy how this system can't have those same great qualities that the Xbox 360 had, and they're kind of taken away and slightly reduced in this system. I don't understand how that's even a thing. Why this because we're running off of the Windows programs.
They're
Maybe
yeah.
they were just rushed getting this out to compete with Sony with the PlayStation 4.
That's what everyone says.
The,
I, you know,
the big thing is the Xbox Live on for Xbox One is completely different than the Xbox Live on the Xbox 360.
um,
They reworked it for everything. That's why all the problems that we're seeing is happening.
um,
Which
We got
one?
a question. We got a question from Sebastian again.
Okay.
He's asking about the Microsoft. Do you guys know anything about this Microsoft Hololens for gaming?
Oh, the HoloLens is awesome. Uh, I was at work watching the GDC. It's a games developer conference,
Sure.
and it was mainly a. I don't know if that was GDC or not. I think it was the Windows 10 conference.
Right on.
But I remember watching it, and they brought out the Halo lens, which is how Sony's coming out with virtual reality, or you got the you know whatever one Facebook owns. What the hell is it called? I'm trying to think. Well, whatever the virtual reality headsets.
Oh, yep. I know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Uh,
They bought the Facebook.
yeah,
Facebook bought the rights to it.
Oculus.
Sure.
Oculus. There it
Oculus.
is.
Yes.
And then you got Steam's version, and then you got the PlayStation 4 version. Well, Microsoft, and I think this is a genius move too on their part, but I don't see the future in gaming going virtual reality.
No,
I
not
I,
at
I,
all.
I don't see it. But what Microsoft did was instead of going for virtual reality, they went with holograms, which can be used from games to
Oh.
architects, design. They can actually have the hologram in front of them, and they can do have a house built or whatever it is.
Right.
And they also showed Minecraft.
Oh, that is funny.
So Nezzy, you could put this on, and you'd be looking at your desk, and you'll see like the world of Minecraft right there, and you just be taking your hand and
And
create.
touching it on my desk, like, yeah,
Yeah,
being like, all right, I'm gonna whack at this, and I'm gonna put this block here. Oh, sure. That's
yeah,
like some friggin' Iron Man shit right there. It's like you're turning the virtual shit around. You're like, let me get a better angle at this.
hmm
Sure.
Just think, Star Wars wasn't too off when they had C-3PO and Chewbacca playing chess against each other.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
but that I actually see not only uses for gaming for that, but just a wide use, for architects and just anybody who's doing any kind of design. And
Yeah, that's huge for Microsoft. I mean, because like yeah, like you said, it's definitely gonna take in some a lot of people that don't play video games are gonna be interested in this
mhm.
this software, this hardware, whatnot,
Yeah,
to be able to
and like I
right.
said, I don't see virtual reality being the future.
I don't either. I can't see that. It's gonna be a lot of money too. I mean, how many people are gonna be able to get their hands on something like that?
The
Well,
Oculus,
there was something that I saw like being kickstarted. I don't know what it was, but the video preview for it was cool. I don't recommend it for heart patients though, because that shit looks scary as fuck at the same time. What the hell was it? Oh my god, Corey shared it. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna go look this up. Continue.
Yep. What were you saying, Deadman? I'm sorry.
dude, I don't know. I lost track of thought now.
All right, so we'll move on. Okay, so
Oop, not snapped yet.
Neverwinter, which me and Hawk over here are both already downloaded.
hmm
What are your thoughts? Have you seen gameplay on it or anything? I haven't even got to see gameplay on it.
If you actually want to see any kind of gameplay with it, it's been out for PC for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably find some YouTube videos on that. For the Xbox from beta, from when I was playing it in beta, was very fluid. Like everything worked really well on the controller, which I was surprised because it's an MMO on a computer, so I'm used to numbers 1 through 10.
Yeah, which is usually more useful on a PC. I mean, I played a lot of MMOs in my time, so I know exactly what you're saying. I mean, you can get a lot more done on a PC usually faster than any MMO. I'm sure League of Legends is the same way versus Smite. Like, but I mean, either
Yeah,
way.
but they the way they got the control scheme lined up is I think it was like 4 spells total or something like that on your bar. It was
Right.
it was definitely fluid. I didn't have any problems with it. Create a character had I want to say it had a lot because like you had pick your sign and your birth or some crazy shit.
So you can walk around up to female characters and be like, "Yo, girl, what's your sign?"
I don't know. I didn't have it. I didn't have a chat. Well, yeah, there was a chat box, but it was up in the. It was in an odd place. I think it was in the up left hand corner. But you could, yeah, probably type out what you want to because you can hook a keyboard up to your Xbox.
Right. And smart glass is very useful these days. You pull out your cell phone, you just start typing. It's pretty instantaneous.
That's how I send my
So you,
messages.
yeah, that's how I send my messages at people I'm playing. I'm over here live streaming iDub, and I just pull out my phone and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna send this person a message, ask for people's things to chat, and they just give me the gamer tag in the chat, and just like that, I got them pulled up and invited.
He just, oh yeah, I'm not gonna pay attention to this game for 5 minutes, and I'm still gonna whoop his ass.
Yeah, that's two different things. All right, I'm not talking about my skill. I'm talking about the fact that I can pull on my phone and just like that get people in my game, host a game, invite them, or vice
Attack
versa.
Nezzy fourth in the world on iDarb. Hit him up for a
Yeah.
challenge.
Why
Yeah,
not
true
first?
achievements.
Why not first?
Because it's just the total games played. It's not a big thing.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's just the total games played and wins. Plus, we're not looking at tournaments. I haven't even entered in any tournaments yet.
Should do that.
So guys, Neverwinter is going to be playable on Tuesday, right? Tuesday's the day, and it's
31st.
available for, yep, and it's available for you can pre-download it now. It's only 10 gigabytes, so it's not like necessarily a big download. But if you want to pre-download it, I will most likely be streaming on Tuesday. Hopefully, we can get a multi-stream or something going, right, Tim?
Yeah.
And Deadman, yeah, we'll get a
No,
It's
we'll
multi.
definitely
try and
gonna
go to
be-
sleep at a reasonable time.
Yeah, we'll get a solid multi-stream going.
So here we
We
go.
should be able to party up too,
Something
actually, and actually
Probably
play.
get
from,
probably get
uh,
Shogel in there too.
Choco won't do it.
Yeah, totally. Oh,
Wow.
He had
It's not a four-player cooperative game.
it's an
Or how-
MMO,
Oh, it's
but
an actual MMO.
it's an
Okay,
actual
okay.
MMO. The problem with it is Chogle. When Final Fantasy 11 was coming out for the 360, I had
Right.
I had the beta because you got the beta from the official Xbox magazine, and I told him to go get it. So that's pretty much what I did was I gave crack to a crack addict,
Aw, Chogi.
and he like disappeared for an entire year.
Yeah, I can see that.
Dude, he would tell me some stories. You
I mean,
know,
yeah, with any MMO that can happen. I've known people to get very much addicted to those games. I mean, I know a lot of people play a lot of video games, but when you're looking at MMOs, they can be the most addicting, ridiculous. Even the cell phone games, the pay-to-win games, that's when you get people who don't pay to win for such a long time but stay on top, and then after a while they just give in and spend hundreds of dollars and sometimes thousands where they should not be spending money. But those can be the most addicting games sometimes.
and
But
since you
hopefully
got
a
the
game like
video of
this
the thing
won't
I
be
was
that
talking
bad.
about.
Neverwinter's it's a free to play MMO, so there's going to be microtransactions in it. We already know this.
Right.
When I was in beta, they had some microtransactions, but they were free. So I didn't have to. They were free for that beta portion of it, and all it was like, it wasn't something like game breaking wise. It's like, oh, it wasn't the best chess piece in the game. It was a 12 slot bag.
Right, that's a big deal. To make it something that doesn't really give you overwhelming material, something that doesn't give you something where you can just have a huge advantage against your opponents. I liked the games like who are the people that make World of Tanks and all those games. They make it so that you can pay to get extra stuff, but it's very, very limited stuff you get. It's not something that's going to make you piss off everyone like, oh, I had to work my ass off for hours and days just to get what you paid, $1 for, or like $10, whatever.
Yeah.
So hopefully
I mean,
hopefully they don't go
there's
too.
going to be dungeons in the game to do. There's going to be
Dragons.
dragons. I mean, it's Dungeons and Dragons, so why wouldn't there be? There should be raids.
Like
There's
the
in-game
Covenant
content.
Wraith?
There's in-game content.
Oh, Tim, is this the virtual reality thing?
Yeah, dude, I think it's
This is
cool.
the what Oculus? That's not
I don't know if
Oculus.
that's what it is. It's something that Corey
Ocu-
shared.
the Oculus started on Kickstarter. Then Facebook ended up buying it. So it's definitely a Facebook novelty now. I just can't fathom it. Like they're estimating the cost of the Oculus when it goes to
That's
people is $350.
Wait, you're saying it's only $350 for the Oculus?
That's the estimate.
Well, it could be a lot worse.
It could be a lot worse, but I still don't see dishing out
So
three
much money
fifty
for it, yeah.
for something. I don't want to walk around and play video games. I
Is it
don't
gonna
want.
be like, what's that game? Shoot, it came out when the 360 first, the Xbox One first came out. Was it's like it's got the free roaming. And you hack into computers instead, and then cameras, and what the heck's that game called?
Oh,
Watch Dogs.
yeah, there it is.
Watch Dogs. It's gonna be like Watch Dogs. You pull out your phone and your virtual reality and your cell phone, like craziness. They're just
Yeah,
walking around playing a game, and you're like, "Hey, excuse me, I'm trying to play a game here. Get out of my way."
yeah. I just don't see it. It's like one of those technologies I just don't see happening, and it sucks because it's a nice concept. It's a novelty. It basically to me, it's just like 3D televisions.
Right. Okay. That's definitely a way to put it in perspective. Like you don't need it. That's something that you're like, oh, this person owns it and it's awesome, but we don't need that. It might get to the point though where that becomes like the thing. Like after like 10 years after it comes out or so, it might be that virtual reality gaming becomes everything, but hopefully not because I mean that takes away from a lot of what gaming is.
Hmm.
Um, okay, so oh my god, I'm sorry. The Rainbow Six Siege. Its release date's October 16th, correct?
Allegedly,
Alleged.
GameStop fucked up on that one.
Oh no. That's not the first time they fucked up something like that.
Oh,
I
they
Go
actually
ahead.
took it off. They took the date off,
There
but
was a
it's a little too
story
late.
about there's a story about a guy, I believe he went to GameStop and there was a rumor that they were going to come out with Final Fantasy VII sequel and he pre-ordered the sequel and they allowed it. Who's in the camera, Tim? Who's that? Oh, look. Yeah, they pre-ordered the. So yeah, he pre-ordered Final Fantasy VII, the sequel to it. I don't know what the hell it would have been called, and they wouldn't give him his money back. It was like he pre-ordered, he paid like full paid the game. They wouldn't give him his money back. There's this like huge thing. I remember reading an article on it. But they mess up sometimes on stuff like that.
And also for you guys, and watching, Rainbow Six Siege for me is one of my top five for this year.
Hell yeah,
As
dude.
as a tactical shooter,
Oh
um, I love trying to figure out how to outsmart other people. It's just
yeah,
something I
that's
like doing.
yeah. Tactical shooters make for that fun type of games, like a Battlefield Dice type of game or any Tom Clancy type game. You're looking at
Shit, dude.
really great
All you
tactical
need is
shooters.
that
Even Halo. Halo's on that same subject.
Hmm.
all you need is like a 5.56 commando or something like that. Put it on single shot and a rifle scope on that thing. You're good to go. Semi-auto sniper.
Tim thinks he's the boss.
Dude, I
Okay.
wrecked people in that game.
Yep.
Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege is definitely one I'm purchasing day one. I won't pre-order it, but I'll buy it day one.
Yep.
It's there was a like man, it was like 8 months ago or something like that. They had an hour long gameplay video of it. Oh, just matches of trying to go assault this house or and hold the hostage.
That sounds intense. That sounds like you need the endurance. In gaming, a lot of times you need the endurance when playing. You know what I mean? Like, there's some games where you just people lose their mental uh, endurance or whatnot.
Speaking of Rainbow
God,
Six Siege, they had an alpha leak came out and showed like one of the maps. Like and Ubisoft was on it too. They were banning the videos like left and right on YouTube.
Oh boy.
but it was an airplane. So you had the terrorists on an airplane holding a hostage, and you, as the Rainbow Six team, have to breach an airplane
Oh, that
and
sounds fun.
try to either get the hostage or kill them all.
That sounds rather unsafe and like you're gonna
Sounds a
destroy the
little bit
plane and kill everybody.
right. It
Well,
sounds a
it's
little
the
Call of
elimination.
Duty similar to like something like that. Like
Well,
those
it's
Call of
Join the
Duty
Mile
scenes you
High
see in the
Club.
Modern Warfare
well,
games. Yeah.
and that's the only mode that I know of. That's the hostage mode. When you die, you're out. Then, you know, your other team go for it until the next round. Ooh.
Yep.
We got anything else on that list
That's it. We've gone over all the Xbox news we've had
for the week?
posted so far. Yeah, for
Nice.
the week.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
some news that came out yesterday. Halo
Sure.
fans, they're working on the April update, content update. Should be rank.
For the next content for Master Chief Collection talking about, yeah.
Mhm. They posted something in their forums, like Bravo did his Halo Waypoint post, his blog, and
Are they gonna make more playlists with ranks in them?
yeah,
Yep.
they need a true skill rank to begin with, in my opinion.
Right. And oh, that's what Halo's great. That's what made Halo 2 and Halo 3 great. I mean, you're looking at games where people, fought to the nail, just to get their ranks up or whatnot.
Hmm.
So,
But
so the evolution of that shouldn't have gone away with Reach. Or, I think it was. They weren't even ranks in 4. You had to go online to check them, and nobody wanted to do that.
yeah, it was the CSR, and that wasn't even there on launch. That was there like 6 months later.
Yeah, that wasn't even worth it. I'm not a big fan of that. It's like the Call of Duty system. It's not. It's not something we want to. It doesn't prove anything. It just proves the amount of time played. Like you compare that to a Halo game. That's always a subject that's always brought. That's easily
Hmm.
talked about. I
I
mean,
mean,
you get on Halo. You get on Halo 3, and there were so many people playing Halo 3 at the time. There's like millions of people playing Halo 3 at the time. And if you were a good player, you would run into a 5-star general player, which means that they were a 50,
50.
but they played so much that um, they were 5,000 experience or something like that, right? You run into a player like that, and you're like, oh, we're gonna win, because those players are players who've spent way too much time playing. It's similar to saying, oh, this person on Call of Duty went out of his way to prestige and do those glitches in the game. I forget what they were called. Do you guys remember what those were called? They were called prestige lobbies or something, where they
Hmm.
level them. They'd have like cheat ways of
Boost
leveling them.
lobbies.
Yeah, yeah, it was silly. Those are the people who like those. They just
And
don't have skill. They just did everything to their. They grinded it out. They're tryhards, and
there,
that's
I
something we don't like
remember
to see with the CSR.
yeah, there's definitely
Chris Ellis did that.
Like, oh, let's get to like the like you just fast as we can get our experience
yeah,
up to get
there,
to the 130 rank
oh
was
yeah,
the max or 120.
there's a huge difference between a 50 in Call of Duty and being a 50 in Halo.
Oh well, that's totally different. I
Like,
mean,
there's
Halo
any
2.
well,
everybody
it's just true skill. It's just true skill versus people
everybody can
bashing
get
their
to
way
50
to the nail to
In Call
get
of
their
Duty.
rank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Call of Duty, everybody can get to
In
50.
Halo, you
Doesn't
had to
matter.
work as a team. It was once again we're going back to the endurance aspect. Is the endurance aspect of playing a game, being from match to match, saying, okay, I got to work with these guys. I got to put in my mental state's got to be, oh, I got to work as a team. I have to um, do this as a team. I have to play this role at this point. I have to go here. I have to listen to this person. I have to tag team with this person. I have to do whatever. It's just in Call of Duty, you were like, okay, I'm gonna do these. I'm gonna use this gun so I can get my experience up, and I'm gonna use this gun so I can get my experience up. And then Battlefield does the same concept in a lot of ways too, but not nearly as bad. It's not the same thing. A lot of those
Yeah,
games did those concepts,
Halo,
but in
you just
Halo,
need
it
that
didn't really matter.
attitude where you're just gonna charge straight at somebody holding down the right trigger with an AI.
That's Tim.
I mean, I
That's why
love.
you suck, Tim.
I love winning in Halo.
Right.
Who doesn't? I don't like the games uh, where it's like an over like you automatically stomp the people. okay, like yeah, this is cool. I'm winning, but at the same time, it's like this is no fun.
What was that game type we used to play a lot with Jogel? It was like five on
Oh,
five.
Reach you're talking about? Hey, 6 on 6?
We played a lot of
Was it
Invasion.
Reach? Invasion.
It was
That's what it
Invasion.
was.
That was a silly game mode. They didn't really fine tune that for sure. I mean, it could have been a good concept, but that's a totally different. It's two different things.
Great concept, but there was a lot of broken elements in that, especially with the
Right,
vehicles.
right,
Whoever had Banshee, it was over.
right,
Um,
right on.
Spartan versus Elite on coagulation, or it was their hemorrhage. If you were an Elite, it was over because all you got was plasma rifles, and the Spartans got battle rifles.
Yeah, range against not range.
Yeah, yeah, it was a slaughter. The Elites would be lucky enough to get 10 kills.
Sebastian asked us what we think about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I know there are a lot of bias here, so it's okay if you
All
guys
right,
want to rant about how
In
bad it
my
is or how
personal
good it
opinion,
is. Either
Call of
way,
Duty went out with high school.
yeah, okay, that's true. It's just a game you grind on to level up. It's not really a skill based game, so I
I
can go on about Call of Duty games all day, but they're making money off of kids.
I bought it to give Sledgehammer a chance because I wanted to see what Sledgehammer was going to do.
Yep, that's fine because Advanced Warfare sounded like it had a lot of cool concepts behind it. I mean,
It
the
did.
ability to boost side to side and whatnot and everything, but I heard a lot of negative things about the elements behind that game as well. The mechanics,
It, it
the
was
way it
it was
works.
sounding to me like they were trying to remake and fine tune a Titanfall.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's another thing about it. They
okay,
took all the elements from Titanfall.
okay.
Or
Like,
God,
all right, you got to think about this though too. It took them 3 years to make Call of Duty, so they were in production with Titanfall roughly around the same time. So you didn't know the elements to Titanfall until after it
Yeah,
launched.
okay, okay.
You
So,
never know,
so
though.
I
There
see.
could have been corporate spies over there in the Titanfall for Call of Duty.
I mean, like I get how the comparison can be made, but at the same time, I believe it's just coincidence.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, Sebastian says it was this is the game with the most bugs ever. I mean, Call of Duty games usually come with a lot of bugs. That's usually a
Well, I
given.
mean, a game where you
Halo
spend so
games
much
don't
time
until
outside,
Master
I would
Chief.
expect there to be a lot of bugs.
Oh,
Master
Ooh.
Chief, the Master Chief collection was a gimme.
yep,
It was a gimme,
right.
and from basically from everything that I've read, is like 343 had their hand in the pot, but they weren't paying attention to it.
Right.
They sent it off to like five different other companies to help build it, and then sent it out the door.
Yeah.
And what really got me was when they would make a post, they said, all internal testing was fine. I'm like, you play that game more than fucking 5 minutes, you know it wasn't fine. 5 minutes. You didn't even need 5 minutes. You
You
just
didn't.
you need to boot it up.
And I unfortunately spent my whole morning just. I mean, yeah, well, it was my whole morning because I went to the midnight release for it, and I spent my whole morning just sitting there like, I haven't played one match yet. I think I played one match, and then I tried to invite my friends, and then from there it was just all downhill, which sucked. But every single Halo game in the past there's never been a Halo game that's had issues. I mean, maybe I never actually got to play well, I got to play it, but I didn't buy it. Was the game Chogo likes in them, the war one, the
Halo Wars,
Halo Wars. Yeah, Halo Wars.
the
I
RTS.
didn't get to play that, so I don't know if there was issues with that. But that's not
Halo
really in the
Wars was pretty good. I didn't really see any
category.
issues with it. But, I mean, there were
Right,
just
that's not
points
really in the
which,
same category as
yeah, there were points in that game where Chogo and I would just like
Halo, regardless.
do the thing where you get a bunch of troops and then just send them all into the middle to duke it out.
Halo Wars is awesome. I'm a huge fan of that. I hope they actually make a part two. I really do. I don't see it ever happening though. But we need like
I
I
just
said, I
want
need
them
a
to
I need a I need a good RTS on the console though.
And
I should
they need
start
to
streaming
bring
like.
out the Gears of War again.
I mean, I have like all 17 Command and Conquers on my computer, so I should technically like start streaming some computer games at least.
Yeah, Age of Mythology is another one that I liked on the computer. I used to play Age of Mythology, Age of Empires, Age of Mythology is just one of the games. I liked all those type of games too. I know what you're saying. The overhead strategy, warfare games.
Mm-hmm.
What are those categorized as? Those are just strategy games, right?
RTSs,
RTSs.
real time strategy, same thing concept.
Oh yeah. Great games.
Definitely. Uh, what are you guys excited for? What do you think? E3 is in June, like
Yep.
June
What
14th.
games are we excited for to hear about?
Mm-hmm.
Fallout. I'm looking forward to all the information on Fallout so far.
Bethesda, first time ever, is going to be at E3.
Right.
That's,
Really?
yes, this is their first E3
See,
appearance.
even more excitement for me then, because I never knew that.
But they
No,
built up
go Bethesda.
the Wolfenstein thing, the Order of like Old Blood or something like that.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's what they're doing. But I think that was just for like the Game Developers Conference and PAX. That's what's
Where's it
mainly
being?
at
Where
PAX
is it
East.
held usually? I forget where it's held.
Los Angeles Convention Center,
Right.
June 14th. Oh, don't worry, we're going to be sitting right here covering it. That's my
Sounds
plan.
awesome.
That is my plan. I'm going to be sitting right here live, and
Covering
we're going to be watching the press conferences and stuff like that.
Right. I'm down for that. Right on.
So that's definitely one of my goals. Tim, you got
What
anything?
about Tim? What game are you looking forward to at the next E3 upcoming? What games are you looking forward to?
Um,
Anticipation.
And if you tell me the Nintendo NX, I'm going to be upset with you.
I don't know, dude. Maybe a new Pokemon or something.
Oop, your camera is unzoomed a lot. That's because somebody walked by. That's awesome.
Auto zoom. I love it. I don't know. Hopefully they'll announce something like the Gears of War trilogy coming out.
Okay. They announced on Twitter that the Marcus Phoenix collection is not being made, not in development.
Aw.
I might as well sell my Xbox One right now.
Ouch. I forgot.
But here's the big thing though is that's what they said is the Marcus Phoenix collection is not in development. We don't know what they're going to call it. They could be calling the Gears of War collection. But there's going to be a Gears of War announcement this year, and honestly, it's going to be Gears 4.
That's good.
Definitely see Gears 4 being announced.
How about yourself? What games are you looking forward to, Deadman? E3 coming out. Let me know. I want to get the Deadman's perspective on this.
Man, I got dude. You know me. I got too many. I'm definitely looking for seeing more Metal Gear Solid, Halo 5, Rainbow Six. I can't say Witcher because Witcher comes out in May.
I forgot about Witcher 2. That's right.
Witcher 3 is out.
Sorry, I said Witcher 2, but it's Witcher 3.
Yeah, Witcher 3 is out in
Witcher
May.
as well.
Oh, I know there's more. I know there. I'm going to skip the Call of Duty.
Sebastian says, I knew he would say Pokemon. Tim.
He would be more interested in the Nintendo press conference because, Nintendo's going that route of they're starting to they're bringing all their stuff to mobile, to their cell phones now. You can play Mario on your phone.
I don't know if they're showcasing any Final Fantasy games for the next E3.
Final Fantasy 15.
Still,
Thank you.
I'm hugely looking forward to Final Fantasy 15. I mean, they already have gameplay on it and everything, and I don't know if they have a release date for Final Fantasy 15. I think they do.
If you buy Final Fantasy Type 0,
Yep.
you get the demo.
You can play the demo. Yeah, which I didn't even
demo.
get to touch. Which I think I might. Oh, you needed you had to be the. Didn't you have to get it day one to do the demo?
I don't know if it's day one or not, or if it's just by the game.
Tim, do you have that?
I didn't get Final Fantasy.
Oh, I thought you got the that game or whatnot.
I was thinking about it, but I decided against it.
Yeah, I was thinking about it too, but I decided against it. But they showed footage of the summons.
Unbelievable. I know.
I
Unbelievable.
was like, did that really just happen? Because that was that was like the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're gonna do really well with this one. The soundtrack's gonna be really well. Final Fantasy always implements a well, not always, but in the past, it's implemented great stories, great characters, great music. In particular, the orchestrated music is unbelievable, and of course, great graphics. I mean, you look at Final Fantasy VII; it was one of the first. It's like, was it not the first CGI video game ever created?
They took advantage of the 3D technology in the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I thought Final Fantasy One might have been the first, but I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah, bonus fact for you guys: Final Fantasy was actually named Final Fantasy because that would have been their last game. If it didn't succeed, they would have failed as a company. So they named it Final Fantasy.
The what game?
Final Fantasy.
Oh, the original?
Yep, the very first
Yep.
the Final Fantasy 1, they made it, and they called it Final Fantasy because that was their final game that they were going to make. If it didn't succeed, they would have went out of business.
By the way, I haven't seen this video yet. Is it that good? It's when they're in the woods and they summon Ramu,
Yeah,
whatever his name is. I never pronounce his name right. The lightning god,
yeah, just watch it.
lightning guy.
You talking about Odin?
No, no, no. Tim, it's okay. I mean, go ahead though. What are the games we're looking forward to? Any other subjects you want to get on before we end the broadcast?
Um, yeah, kind of drawing a blank at the moment. Any questions in chat?
We got nothing.
How many viewers?
What time? What does Tim think about Zelda because of the new Nintendo hype? I don't know if
It'll be
Tim knows
great,
anything about the new
hopefully.
one coming up. Yeah,
I
I don't know how
mean,
much you've
all
read up
those
on it.
games have been pretty great so far, so why not expect greatness?
Yeah, why not expect more of the same from a game like that? I mean, it's not a broken game. Those games you can't expect any less from, any less or more. Well, you usually expect a little bit more, but either way, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And Zelda
Right.
games have been working over the years. That's what they do. So I mean, you don't have to change that. If they come out with a game, it's gonna be good. It's like Halo shouldn't have switched their system the way they. I mean, they're what they did. They shouldn't have did what they did with Reach. They broke what they, the whole setup. I mean, they completely changed what they do, and now everyone's complaining ever since Reach.
Yeah, but I actually like what they're doing in 5. From the beta portion of playing it, I kind
Oh
of
my
actually like
God,
it.
they're going right back to what they should be doing. Although Sprint is still in there.
Sprint
Um,
is the big negative.
it's not a big negative as people keep complaining. I hate having this conversation, and I agree. I don't disagree because at the same time, sprint shouldn't be really in there. But the fact that if you sprint, you are basically penalized while being shot, and screw yourself, and your shield won't regenerate. It will reset. There's literally a timer. You can literally see the bar for the timer. It's basically, well, a bar. It's a bar that fills up. Um, that is huge. People don't understand how big of a thing that is, and how there's going to be so many noobs because of it. I'm going to go into a game and I'm going to be controlling the map and shooting down on people. And then there's going to be some kid being like, oh, I got to run away. And instead of just getting behind cover and asking for his teammates' help, he's going to run dead. It is just
I
going to be
can't.
that over and over and over again. It's going to be for
During
most noobs
beta,
at
I
least.
cannot even tell you how many people I killed
Just
running
based on
from
that
a battle.
fact.
Just from.
Right.
Oh look, there goes a guy running right by. Here, let me shoot him. Oh, he's dead.
The boost makes it awesome though. Everyone that's kind of the 50-50. The boost ability being able to move, you know how you can boost side to side.
Yeah, midship,
That's kind of the 50-50 on it.
midship with the
The
sword
remake,
and boost.
the first remake on that was
Yeah,
awesome. Even the first two maps they introduced in the beta were unbelievable.
yeah.
What was the
They
other one called? Uh, I can't even remember now. But the midship remake was amazing, and the other one was very well put together as well.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the outside one. I just didn't like it every time I played though. I was playing because I don't think I played with you during Halo 5 beta.
We did. I played a little bit, but I was with Joe at the time, and Joe I don't think wanted to play with you, and people have their own drama. So, but we played a few games together. I remember we played some.
Yeah, Joe's I just hold that off.
It's okay. People have their things, so some people want to play with who they just want to play with. I mean, I know Joe wanted to get me in a game because I know he knows I used to play competitively. So these people do that. They just want to get the best players they can in, and that's another great thing about Halo. We're looking at biggest competitive game, one of the biggest, definitely one of the biggest shooters. That, what that for competitive, what that Quake.
I mean, I like I like competitive. I like to fight and try to win and
Right.
try to do good.
Battlefield.
I don't like people with their nose in the air,
Right.
like their shit don't stink. That pisses me off more than anything, and I don't want to play with you.
Hey man, I'm gonna play with whoever I want. You and Tim can come play with me as much as you want. We'll play Halo. We'll go
But you,
dominate some noobs.
yeah, but you don't stick your
Team play. That's all I care about,
but you
man. I
yeah, but
improve everyone's gameplay.
yeah, but you don't go like this with your nose in the air. Like, yeah, I'm better than all you motherfuckers here. Don't even
Yeah.
touch me. You
Well, no,
know.
I am kind of cocky.
Yeah, but
I'm
you don't
fine with
go.
saying
Yeah,
so.
but you don't
I'm
go off
cocky.
on everybody in the party chat though either.
Right.
It's like the game when we were playing, and it was like 3-on-7.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I was just like, all right, you just keep doing your thing in the base. I'm gonna push out. Well, this is happening here. That's happening there. I just like to keep continuous with
If
the what's flow of the game.
if we had a if we had a vehicle to leave that base, we would have tied that game.
Right.
That was no question about it. I'm actually
Um.
surprised how much I killed them inside that base though. But
Okay, so why don't we end the stream for now? Uh, we'll get this back up and running. What, next Saturday?
next Saturday, every week.
All right.
All right, hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe down there. There's a little thumbs up. Yeah, Tim, there you go.
All right. I'm sorry. I'll give you the thumbs up.
All right, guys. Yeah, definitely. We'll see you guys next week.